Welcome back to another video. In this video, we'll be talking about how to shape your environment with the Rise ritual. So if you're interested in that, definitely stick around. Every single thing in your life is decided by you, right? Even though you might think that external factors have, created this environment for you, but in reality, you had to accept it. If you did not accept it, it would not be real. And one thing that always keeps coming back to me is like seeing the homeless population in Los Angeles. There are so many people that are homeless, right? I could technically be homeless too, right? If I wanted to, I could definitely be homeless. And you can say, but Shaquille, you have the means and et cetera, to not be homeless. Yes, and I'm sure they have as well. But the reality is that I have to accept that I want to be homeless. There was a transition period in my life where I was really confused. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. My marriage died and I was just so confused, like, okay, what's next? I had kids, I had responsibilities, but at the end of the day, I was just like, okay, do I really want to do this? And so at one point, I was even considering living the van life, like living in a van, be able to travel wherever and just live there and just be a nomad in a way. But then you start thinking about it, right? Like I have to decide. I was actively looking into like this whole concept of renovating a van and then, being my housing, living in there. But that doesn't make any sense, right? Because again, what are my responsibilities? I have 2 kids. I need to make sure my job is good, my career is good, income is coming in so that way I can actually take care of them. But I could have gone the other way. I could have gone the other way where I didn't care about any of that and I could have just been, in my mind, a delinquent, right? Because you're just not taking care of the responsibility that you need to do. Which is why it's really important to understand your environment shapes you. So if you're going to be in an environment that definitely does not cater to what you're trying to achieve, then you're just going to succumb to your environment. So all the homeless people that I see in the streets, I'm sure there's a lot of complex situations going on, but if I were to break it down, if I were to talk to each one of them individually, I could pretty much come down to a simple reason, right? Humans, again, are driven by 2 fundamental characteristics: pain and pleasure, pain and pleasure, pain and pleasure. And I'm going to keep repeating this over and over because I need you to understand that you are the same. You operate in pain, you try to avoid it, and pleasure, you try to seek it. We all try to do that. And so what was I trying to do with my story earlier on? I was trying to avoid the pain of responsibility, and I was seeking the pleasure of being a nomad, because when you run away, no one really gives a shit. So that's what I was trying to do. But in reality, that's not the fundamental reason that I exist today, right? I wanted to escape, I wanted to run away, but I don't want to. I don't want to because I had no other alternative. I had no way of thinking about how I should go about this, because every single person that I would talk to, they wouldn't be able to give me some advice that would help me or that resonated with me. There's very minimal people that I, at that moment, respected because, again, they weren't at my status. It's a very, very farce way of thinking, but that's the way I thought about it. And as a result of that, I ended up fortunately, I got on the Core M3 and I was able to rewire my brain into the right way of thinking. But what I'm trying to get at is your environment really dictates every single action that you take. So I would recommend you right now, just you maybe pause the video, take a look around your room, take a look around your house, take a look around your environment. Tell me, what do you see? Do you see things that are productive to your life, or do you see things that are going to make you unproductive? Do you see things that are going to maybe give you short-term pleasure but long-term pain? Or do you see things in your surrounding that is going to give you short-term pain but long-term pleasure? One simple one, just so that we can hit it home, and I think it'll relate to everyone that's watching this video, is making your bed. Right? We all sleep on a bed. I'm just assuming you're sleeping on a bed. Maybe you sleep on something, right? I'm not gonna say what. I don't know what. Assuming you sleep on a bed, you still want to make sure you sleep on that bed the next night, right? Or later tonight, or now after this video. You want to make sure your bed is clean. Now, short term, it's painful making the bed. No one wants to make beds. But long term, making your bed, you obviously get a fresh bed to sleep in. 2, your bed won't be dirty. 3, it won't be messy. 4, it won't be smelly. You get what I'm saying? You're gonna have long-term pleasure from making sure your bed is clean and tidy. That's just a very simple logic behind it, right? So environment can be metaphorical as well, right? Your environment could be internal environment. What are your thoughts, right? What are you thinking about every single moment? Are you having pleasurable thoughts? Are you having painful thoughts? Sometimes you need to have those painful thoughts so you can process it and just move on from it. Sometimes you want to have those pleasurable thoughts so you can appreciate and be grateful for what you have. But they're both very, very, very important. They're probably the one and the same. If I were to put a yin and yang nature to it, yeah, pain and pleasure is one and the same. It's just that, again, what are your perspectives on it? So it's going to be super important for you to really understand yourself. And again, this is a very common theme among all my videos, is first you understand yourself, understand your inner world, and then go ahead and understand your external world. Because again, you don't have control over the external world. You have control over your inner world. And based on the way you perceive or you sort of fine tune your environment, it's gonna reflect on every single other person that you speak with. So make sure that makes sense to you. We wanna really, really, really be critically assessing on how you think about yourself. What are you thinking about? And as well, how do we relate this to the rise ritual, right? Every single morning when you wake up, you decide, you vote to see what kind of person you're gonna be for that day. You vote, are you gonna be a productive person? You vote, are you gonna be a lazy person? You vote on what that direction is gonna look like. So when you do that vote, then there's certain thoughts that occur after that vote, and then certain actions that occur, and eventually behaviors that lead to your habits and etc. So I really wanna make sure that you understand that, because again, I'm gonna keep repeating this, super vital for your success. And if you want to be successful, of course. And most people that watch these videos want to be successful. And the way you are going to be successful is first learn yourself through the rise ritual, through the rest ritual. Core M3 can definitely help you with your health. But in reality, we gotta get your thoughts right. Once you get your thoughts right, everything else is just gonna be a domino effect based on that. With that being said, guys, if you liked the video, definitely give me a like, letting me know you liked the video. If you disliked the video, no worries. Give me a dislike. Let me know why you disliked it in the comments below. And as always, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. This lets me know that you're interested in my content, and it motivates me to create more and more. And then there's also a notification bell. This lets you know when the next video will pop off. I tend to like this with my favorite creators. I want to know when they publish, and at the same time, if I have time, I'll watch it. If not, I'll go ahead and put it to a watch later so I can watch it at a more convenient time. Other than that, I really hope that this video made sense to you. This is a deep topic that I was also vulnerable in, and hopefully you guys appreciated it. With that being said, take care. I will see you in the next one. Bye.